using the keyboard only when it's unavoidable. However, the key to efficiency in AutoCAD is to take advantage of as many tools as you possibly can. That definitely includes the keyboard. If you look at the bottom of your screen, you will see a whitish grayish colored area, about 3 or 4 lines, each containing the word command. This is the command line. Here you can type in any command into AutoCAD. In these videos, I will often say, type on the command line. This is where you will type. AutoCAD will give you feedback through it. Many commands have options to them. Those options will appear here on the. This is a visual aid that's intended to help the drafter in efficiency. It puts the command line or part of it at your crosshairs so you don't have to keep moving your eyes from the crosshair to the command line and back again. This also helps prevent headaches. If you're a good typist, then you can type circle without moving your eyes from your crosshairs. Now, this might not sound like much, but if you execute hundreds of commands, if not thousands, every day, that half of a second that you will save you a lot of time. Let me demonstrate. As before, I typed in the command line circle. Now I will just start typing circle, C-I-R-C-L-E. It shows up here in the dynamic input. Not on the command line, but it has the same functions. I'll press enter. And now I have the options as I had before in the command line, and I can start drawing my circle. Another way to enter commands on the command line is through keyboard aliases. All commands can be executed by typing on the command line, but most commands have a command alias shortcut. For example, circle. You can type it out, but why? When all you have to do is type the letter C. I'll press enter. Once again, we have our options for the circle, and we can start drawing. There's our circle. These command aliases are key to being efficient in AutoCAD. It's so key that many users don't even realize that they are there, or they don't know what the command aliases are. Here's a tip. When you use AutoCAD, use both hands, one on the keyboard and one on the mouse. Use the command alias shortcuts on the keyboard and keep your other hand on the mouse. It's more efficient than only using your mouse. I'll show you. It takes me some time to move to the proper tab and then to the proper panel for my circle. Now if I were in another tab, drawing over here, I need to draw a circle. Home, circle. Now watch. I'll use my shortcut alias. Done. Much quicker. Here are a few more tips for using the command line. If you press the F2 button, the command line will appear in a new window. This will allow you to see what you've done. Hit F2 to turn it off. Here's another one. With your dynamic input turned on, like we have, press the C button. Now press the Tab key. This will toggle through all of the keyboard commands that start with the letter C. If I hit it again, Cal for calculator input, for the camera display, camera height. We will go through all of the commands that start with C. As you can see, there are a lot. Last tip of this section, press the up arrow key. That's the last command I used. That's the command I used before that. The arrow keys will scroll through all of your latest commands. This is very handy if you need to go back and forth between a few commands. Just scroll through it until you get to the command you want and press enter. The real key to AutoCAD efficiency is doing less work. The less you have to do, the quicker you can get it done. While the main form of interfacing with AutoCAD is through the ribbon and the command line, there are a few other methods of executing commands in AutoCAD. They are the menu bar and toolbars. Out of the box, these two forms of input are turned off. Before AutoCAD 2009 was released, these were the main forms of input, but they were replaced by the ribbon. The ribbon keeps everything in one central place where the toolbars can spread out all over the screen. So if you've used AutoCAD in the past though, then you're very familiar with the toolbars. They work just fine, and if you prefer to use them, go right ahead. There is no real right or wrong way when using them or the ribbon. But, however, if you haven't used them before, I suggest that you stay with the ribbon, as it is now the accepted form of input from AutoCAD. The menu bar, which I've turned on for this section, is a very handy interface tool. It is a bar across the top of the screen that has pull-down menus where the commands are located. If you select them, they will open up a pull-down window that has the different commands in them that you may want to use. Many programs have an interface like this. You can turn it on or off though through a setting called menu bar. So type menu bar and enter. A value of 1, as it is now, turns it on. A value of 0 will turn it off. It's very easy to get to, very easy to turn on and off, however you would like. But again, like the toolbars, if you haven't used AutoCAD in the past, I suggest you work with the menu bar turned off, because now the ribbon is the accepted form of input for AutoCAD. If you want to get to the toolbars and the menu bar and get rid of the ribbon, that's fine. AutoCAD has a workspace called AutoCAD Classic. You can turn it on by switching workspaces. Your workspace is an interface screen in AutoCAD. It can be arranged in many different ways and for any reason you want it to. AutoCAD comes with 3 main workspaces out of the box: the 2D, the 3D, and the Classic.